You know that feeling, right? That little voice in the back of your head that whispers, you should be doing more. No matter what you get done, it's never quite enough. Well, today, we're going to dive deep into that feeling because it's become one of the biggest anxieties of modern life.
I mean, does this question just hit you right where you live? That constant nagging worry that you're somehow wasting time or that you're just not measuring up? If you feel that, trust me, you are in very, very good company.
So, there's actually a name for this, and just putting a name to it can be a huge relief. It's called productivity guilt. It's that feeling of being busy but never productive, and a lot of us have just started to accept it as normal. But here's the thing, is it normal? And more importantly, what's it actually doing to us? To really get a handle on this, we've got to understand what this trap actually is. Because it's way more than just having a long to do list. It's a psychological loop that can seriously mess with our well being. So here's the official definition. And the keyword here is feeling. It has almost nothing to do with what you've actually accomplished. It's this ghost you're chasing, a finish line that keeps moving further away the faster you run. It's exhausting. And this isn't just some abstract concept. It's real life for so many people. Look at this quote from Janet, a procurement manager. She calls it a constant low-level anxiety. That's the perfect description, isn't it? It's that background noise of stress, that sense that you're always behind. And get this, the sheer scale of this is kind of mind-blowing. A recent Microsoft study found that 42% of people feel like they don't meet their own goals for the day. That's almost half of us going to bed feeling like we failed. How is that sustainable? The short answer, it's not. Okay, so let's get to the why. To figure out why this productivity guilt thing has such a grip on us, we need to pop the hood and look at how we're wired psychologically. Turns out this feeling goes directly against our most basic human needs. And this is the million-dollar question, right? Are we just bad at time management? Are we lazy? Well, according to decades of research, the answer is a hard no. The problem isn't you. The problem is a massive mismatch between the world we've built and the needs we actually have. There's this incredible framework called self-determination theory, and it says that for us to be mentally healthy, we need 3 core psychological nutrients. Just think of them like sunlight, water, and soil for a plant. If you get them, you thrive. If you don't, well, you start to wilt. Okay, nutrient number 1 is autonomy. This is our deep, fundamental need to feel like we're in the driver's seat of our own lives. It's about feeling like your choices are your own, that you're not just a puppet being pulled by external strings. Number 2 is competence. We all need to feel like we're good at stuff. It's that amazing feeling you get when you tackle a challenge and you actually nail it. It's the feeling of being capable and effective in the world. And finally, number 3 is relatedness. This one's huge. We're social animals, right? We need to feel connected to other people. We need to care for them and feel cared for in return. We need to feel like we belong. And this chart here, it shows how all this works. See, on the far left, you've got motivation that's all about external pressure, rewards, punishments, that kind of thing. But as you get your needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness met, you slide over to the right. And over there is intrinsic motivation, where you do things just for the love of doing them. That's the sweet spot. That's where we feel truly alive. So when you're consistently getting those 3 needs met, it unlocks the door to something even bigger. Something that the psychologist Abraham Maslow saw as the absolute peak of what humans can be. He called it self-actualization. Now, this isn't about being perfect, not at all. It's about becoming the most you can possibly be. It's about reaching your full, unique potential. And what do these people actually look like? Well, Maslow found they had some things in common. They're spontaneous, they're really in control of their own lives, and they're okay with being alone. They don't have a million friends, but they have a few incredibly deep connections, and they really care about humanity. So let me just ask you, does that sound like someone who's freaking out about their inbox? Someone who's obsessed with checking off every single item on some endless to-do list? Yeah, I didn't think so. There's a total disconnect here. And that brings us right to the heart of the problem. This is why our modern work culture, with its obsession with productivity, can feel so hollow and draining for so many of us. Just look at this breakdown. It's so clear. We need autonomy, but productivity guilt just piles on more and more external demands. We need to feel competence, but all we get is constant comparison on social media and at work, which just makes us feel like we're never good enough. And we desperately need relatedness, but the race to be more productive often pushes us into isolation. It's like the system is designed to starve us of everything we need to thrive. So this feels like a really modern problem, doesn't it? But what if the solution comes from somewhere ancient? There's a simple, incredibly powerful tool from philosophy that can help us break this cycle. It's called the dichotomy of control. It's a core idea from Stoicism, and it's so beautifully simple. It just says, in life, some things are up to you and some things are not. And pretty much all of our anxiety comes from confusing the two. And here's the game plan. It's just 2 steps. First, you put 100% of your focus on the things you actually control. That's your own effort, your own attitude, your own choices. That's it. And second, you have to practice accepting, truly accepting, everything you don't control. That's the final outcome of a project, what other people think of you, you name it. This one shift can change everything. And once you start using this tool, you can get to the real work, which is totally rewiring your own personal definition of what enough even means. Because at the end of the day, the goal was never to have an empty inbox. The real measure of a good day or a good life is whether we fed those core needs. Did I make choices that were my own? Did I get a little better at something? Did I connect with someone I care about? That's the new scoreboard. And I want to leave you with this idea. Productivity guilt is a total trap. All that energy we spend worrying about wasting time, that is the actual waste of time. The most productive thing any of us can do is to let go of that guilt and just start living our lives.